of the Jenn Commandments podcast. I am your host, Jenn Wien. I'm an engineer currently working in Wisconsin. I grew up in the Chicagoland area and I went to college in Michigan. We locked in. We locked in. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? Today is International Women's Day. Gang, gang. We love women around here. We actually prefer women over literally anybody else around these fucking parts. God, I love women. Bro, I have made it basically my life's goal to advocate for women and to protect girls and to make sure that they become less harmed women than me and many of my peers grew up being. And I think that's really the generational goal for many women, is to just try to make it so that the women after us, their lives are not quite as affected by patriarchy as the generations prior. So that's my general goal when existing, is trying to make it so that the women after me don't struggle so much. And yeah, it's hard to be a woman in all throughout all of history, but it is surely difficult to be a woman right now, where I don't know, there are laws being put in place where like you can't vote unless you have your birth certificate with you, and so if you're married then you're fucked, and just a lot of things that um we fought for years and years and years for in order to have rights. Those things are quickly backsliding again, and I don't know, it's just heavy. It's heavy to be a woman, and yet we are almost always the light in the room. We are always the empathetic voice in the room. We are the caring voice in the room, and I think that is just a testament to how resilient women are and how resilient they've always been expected to be. And yeah, so I don't know, I love women. Women love me. I'm your hometown baddie's favorite hometown baddie. Uh, and that feels good. That feels good to know that like I do it for us, you know. So that's the tea on that. Happy International Women's Day. To celebrate myself, I went to Half Price Books, and here I'll show you my little haul. So I started this today. This is Half His Age by Jennette McCurdy. I'm about halfway through it. Very interesting read. So, with all the activism that I've done over the last few years as it relates to teachers having inappropriate relationships with their students, this book really highlights that from the young woman's perspective. I think it's easy to, in hindsight, be like, how could this happen? Whatever. And I think this is a great exploration of exactly how that happens, exactly how, when you're not getting the attention that you need at home, when there is a man who is willing to give you that attention that you so desperately seek, despite the fact that I don't know, his presence isn't necessarily even that great. It's still somebody giving you that attention, you know? Very interesting exploration of that. Still like sexy and like fun to read, but you really, throughout it, you're like, oh, that poor young woman's rage. Because like that, at that age, I was just as angry as Waldo is in this book, and I was just as aware of the circumstances in which I was being raised in, and I know exactly what it's like to be the girl that my peers feel sorry for, and you get like pity invitations to things because of it, and like just like how difficult high school in that time period can be. It's really good. I'm only, like I said, I'm only like halfway through it, but It's a quick read. Like I said, I got it today. I'm halfway through. If you have the opportunity, please either listen to this or read it. I think it is a very good exploration of how grooming happens and how, while it is consensual, if it is consent, like, because they are children, bro. Like, ugh, it is just so good. I really implore you to go pick this up if your heart desires. So, Half His Age by Jennette McCurdy, and if you haven't already, please go either read or listen to I'm Glad My Mom Died by her as well. She is a masterful wordsmith. Like, she knows exactly how to communicate really hard topics while still having humor, while still having just very like matter of fact, objective truths about some of those things, where I think it's hard sometimes to see outside of the emotion behind a lot of these topics. And I think Jennette does just a really beautiful job of exploring, I don't know, the really ugly sides of growing up, if you've experienced those ugly sides, you know? So, Half His Age, go check that out. I probably will have had it done by next week. It's really good so far. Then I also got Wuthering Heights. This little, I don't know, it's a little cute version. It was only $8 or something like that. So I didn't go see the movie. I know that it's not very similar to the book, but I figured this is a classic and I should probably have it anyway. Picked that up as well. And then I took myself to Chili's for International Women's Day. I was like, yeah, we gonna go to Chili's, bro. I hadn't taken myself on a date in a long time, probably since Milwaukee, probably since I went and traveled alone to Milwaukee. And I needed it. I just needed to go out and to sit and read and enjoy my own company, try not to be on my phone. And I did. I had a lot of fun. I think I'm going to take myself out every International Women's Day. I've done it a few years, but I haven't like decided that that's the thing that I do. But I think that's a good tradition to start, of celebrating myself, celebrating women, celebrating how far that I've come in my womanhood journey. Because I do think for the vast majority of my adolescence and young adulthood, I was certainly like a, even if, like we sort of talked about last week, even if to the rest of the world, it didn't, you guys didn't perceive me as a pick me ass bitch, like I definitely was. And that is no judgment to myself. I think I was raised to, as like, raised to think that that is the method of survival that would probably be best fit for this world. And I think with the expectations that society has on women overall, I think my mom and my aunts did what they thought was best to teach me how to not only survive in a patriarchal society, but thrive in one. As much as those lessons, in hindsight, I can see how they were detrimental to my overall like sense of self, and it's taken me a few years to unlearn those things. I think now, looking at it from a clearer lens and a less angry lens, they were doing what they thought was best to help me survive. And I think for the most part they did a pretty good job. I think there are some things obviously that it would be hard to teach a young woman without there being some layer of self-assessment and self-hatred, but it's up to me to unlearn those things, because like society's going to hate me enough for both of us, you know. And so I need to really lock in with the fact that if society's going to hate me enough for the both of us, then I need to love myself enough for the both of us, you know? So those are my little tidbits as it relates to like being a woman and International Women's Day. So happy International Women's Day. We slowly but surely learning the parts of womanhood that I plan to keep in my adulthood, and then the parts of womanhood that I am lovingly looking at from afar, if that makes sense. I know that for my journey, that may not be a healthy lane of womanhood for me, but I am happy if it makes you happy. So that's sort of my 2 cents on womanhood. What else been going on? What else? I've been feeling a lot better lately, like genuinely. I know like the last 3 episodes have been fucking heavy, but hey, that's show business, baby. Sometimes should be heavy. I've been feeling a lot better. I've been really honing in and focusing on my hobbies and the things that I enjoy again. So I've been really okay. One, the weather broke. Like it's starting to be above 40 degrees consistently, at least to the point where I can like walk and jog outside more than once a week, more than like a sprinkle of serotonin. You know what I mean? Um and so I've been doing that. Me and Bestie will meet once in a while to walk or to jog or whatever deems good for the times. And then I've been able to go outside by myself as well. I just fucking hate going to the gym. I think there's men around. Like, oh my god. I think I truly like something I would like to work on over the next few years is to like really get over my fear of men. And like it's not fear in like the I'm scared of men to talk to me because I want to impress them way. Like I used to be scared of men in that way where I'd be like, what if I'm just like a fumbly bumbly little girl? Like I don't care about that anymore. Like I am scared of men because they are our like number one predator, like apex predator. I'm scared of men because like I'm scared to get killed. And like that's dramatic, right? But like is it though? You know, if you really fucking think about it, is it that dramatic? And the answer is like no, it's not. But if I go into every interaction with a man with that fear, with that like your blood pressure is rising because you're scared, I think there's some problems. And so I'm really working on, and that makes me like a cunt too. Like it's not like it would be one thing if my fear like made me sort of like a nervous like shy girl, you know? My fear turns into like I'm gonna dick swing like wider than you. You know what I mean? It turns me into like um a confrontational asshole. And that works in many ways, but it also like is very stressful to me cuz that is not my natural state. Like I'm sort of a sweetie pie sort of in my when I feel safe. And so like when that hardness needs to be put on for I don't know. Like I said, I work with predominantly men, so sometimes it'll be 8 hours a day. That's not really conducive to like living a balanced life, I've found. So I really need to work on like that fear and overcoming that fear. And I will say over the last few months, as I've been trying to interact with more safe men at work, like because for a while I would just straight up like avoid. I'd be like, I don't talk to men, which is like not. It's like, ugh, that's just a lot. That's just a lot. I don't know. Like, um, I need to figure out how to integrate. I just have no other than for information from like for work. I have no need for men, truly, unless like you're gonna make my life better, you're gonna eat it well and like treat me kindly. What do I need a man for? I start talking about men the way that men talk about women. I go feminism. Yeah, I don't know. I'm working on it. I'm working on trying to see men as full human beings, but like they don't even view themselves as full human beings most of the time. So why would I? Like, I don't know. It's just hard for me. Anyway, but yeah, I've been feeling a lot better. work has slowed down a little bit, which has been really good for my mental. I've been able to like, I don't know, not feel like I'm running around with my head cut off. And even though I don't, I'm like still a younger person within my workplace. So like I still don't be knowing a lot. And so I'm just like a chicken with its head cut off, being like, I don't know, I'll try to figure it out for you. Like that's really what it's been. And that's slowing down a little bit, which is nice. Like I needed it, I needed the reprieve and I needed um the support system to come in and be like, we see what you've been trying to work on, and like, word, I just needed the validation and I needed the support, and I've gotten it. So shout out, shout out working, shout out capitalism. And yeah, I love being a cog in the machine. That's probably, I mean, that is what I was bred and raised to be. So here I am doing the damn thing. You know what I mean? Oh my God, I got back into Animal Crossing. My bestie, one of my besties, she's recently gotten into it like for the first time. I don't know if she ever played like on GameCube or anything, but she's recently gotten into it for the first time on Switch. Let me talk to y'all about some fucking Animal Crossing real quick. I've probably clocked 300 hours on Animal Crossing New Horizons. That's the first Animal Crossing game I ever played. I did my high school sweetheart boyfriend. He got me a 3DS for my birthday one year, and I still have it. And so I got Animal Crossing New Leaf on it. I haven't played it yet, but it's in the queue. Okay, it's in the queue. I did start to play New Horizons again because Bestie playing it really inspired me. And my like island, for having clocked 300 hours on it, it is a 5-star island, but there are still spaces that are not perfect. I have like a little shopping area that I would like to add, like, I don't know, a restaurant to, and like, I don't know. I don't know. I really like my island, but like, it's just, there's some dead space that I would like to make it like better in. And then I was thinking one of my goals for 2026 was to get the stuff necessary to start streaming Switch, because I would like to do like, at some point I would like to do like a new island and then like stream the whole thing. I think that would be really fun because I personally cannot play like combat games unless they're turn based, because I have such bad anxiety that like my hands start to sweat and like I have to pause the game because my hands will shake. And that sounds stupid, but like I dead ass, like I've tried to play Zelda in the past. The about the to the extent that I can get to for combat video games is like Kingdom Hearts. I can handle Kingdom Hearts. I still like will get anxious and my hands will sweat real bad, but like I've at least played Kingdom Hearts most of my life, so I'm pretty familiar with the like villains and like that sort of thing, that like I'm comfortable with doing it. So yeah, that I've restarted my Animal Crossing journey. I hadn't really played since they added the hotel. I don't know if that's how new that is, but I recently got it so that like I could do where you can like design themed hotel rooms, and that's fun. I didn't like, I really enjoy the design part of Animal Crossing. Like some people are in it for different reasons. Like I enjoy being able to like design my island and make it perfect and beautiful the way that I want it to be. So I've been having fun with that. I haven't really played like a ton over the last week or so, but enough to where I'm like, oh yeah, this is fun. I forgot how fun this was, and it's stress relieving. So another fun thing to like continue on. What else? Oh my God. I realized, guys, I realized I'm moving in like 3 months. I told myself, so my lease is up here in July. So I told myself that I wanted to, it's like the beginning of July. I told myself I wanted to move in someplace probably June. and then have that month to do like the transitionary period where I can move stuff. But that means that I need to start like packing. God, I need to pack, bro. I used to move every 6 months. This is the longest that I've ever lived in one place since I was in high school. And I've so enjoyed living here. It has been the highlight of my adult life so far. I love the Fox Valley area. It will always hold like a very important place in my heart. I feel like I really figured out who I was here, and I figured out like what kind of adult I want to be here, and I became close with some of my best friends here, and I don't know, I think I just really needed the stability of living in one place for a extended amount of time. Like when I move out of here, I will have lived here for 3 years. And 3 years I know doesn't sound like that much, but it meant so much to me to get to live in one place for that long in my adulthood because I haven't experienced that so far. I will miss this apartment specifically for the rest of my life. I already know. Like this phase of my life where I spent it truly like figuring out, just like journaling, trying to improve myself, doing art. Like I really took these 3 years and I spent them on myself in ways that, like, yes, college I did that too, but it's different. Like college, you're still, at least for me, when I was in college, I was still basically just being an extension of who I was in high school. Like I was the, I don't know, just basically the same person. And as much as that, some of things changed, obviously, but like as valuable as that was to further my professional career and to get myself in a place where I set myself up like professionally, this time, these 3 years, has been spent figuring out who I am as a person. And I've never in my life taken time to figure out who I am as a person outside of school, outside of being a professional, outside of extracurriculars, whatever, and figuring out like what are my morals and what are my values outside of what the expectations of me are in those spaces, whether they be professional or whatever. And I've found that I really enjoy my own presence. And that's more than I could say for myself back when I was in college. I did spend some time alone in college, but not the way that I have as an adult. And I spent even less time by myself in high school. Like I literally could not spend a single second alone with my own thoughts. I don't think I was alone at all in high school. I don't think there was a time period where I was ever alone, which is like unhealthy and scary, like scary, you know? So I don't know. I'm really grateful for this time, but I realize that I'm moving soon. And so I've started to one, grieve this space and grieve like who I became in this space. And not that she's going to go away or anything, but like be like, it's going to come to an end. I remember when I moved in here, I was heartbroken and I was so anxious about what the future had for me. And I had no idea. I really thought that I was going to move to Oregon and never live outside of the Pacific Northwest again. Like the Pacific Northwest was my dream location to live, and in a lot of ways it still is. But I think I went into it thinking it was going to solve all my problems, and this big move, this big life change was going to save me or all the shitty habits that and all the shitty qualities that I didn't like about myself. I was just going to magically get rid of while I moved. And I think now I realize that any habit, anything that I want to change about myself needs to be done incrementally. And a big move, a big life change isn't going to be the catalyst to that. Maybe in some ways it can be a catalyst, but it can't be like the whole thing. It can't cause the whole reaction. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, yeah. It's been really great living here, and I'm nervous to move. That I think that's why I put it off last year also too. Was like I didn't feel steady in myself enough yet, and I think I'm there. I think I'm ready. I'm ready to integrate this version of myself in back home, at least closer to home. So I don't know. I'm excited, but I am also dreading having to pack up my whole life again. So hate that for me. No, but yeah. So that's that on that. I did also start knitting again when I'm in a work meeting that I don't need to be clicking around on. Maybe I'm just watching, or if I need a break from work in general, maybe I just need to come sit on my couch for a little bit. I've been knitting instead of just like letting myself be anxious or doom scrolling on my phone or whatever. I've been trying to take a lot more time away from my fucking cellular device, bro, because I am glued to that motherfucker, especially when I'm going through like a lot of emotional turmoil. I doom scroll like that's going to make my problems better. Like I be in that bitch, nose in my phone, bitch. It's so bad for me. So I've been making like mental notes of like, hey bitch, maybe we shouldn't be on our phone for fucking 6 hours a day. At least maybe that's causing some fucking problems. So like maybe we cut it the fuck out, you know? And yeah, I've been knitting. I only know how to knit one thing. I know how to knit a scarf. That's what my grandma taught me. And honestly, it was really hard for me to learn how to knit because I'm left-handed. And so I know how to knit ambidextrously because of that, but because I know how to knit ambidextrously, don't like so back in the day, I would knit one row and then purl one row because I would alternate hands that I was knitting on. So that would make the, whether it was like being, you know what I'm talking, if you know about knitting, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. It would make the like, whether it be clockwise or counterclockwise, wrong. Or like not wrong, but different. I've gotten out of that. I only knit on the one side now, but yeah, I don't know how to do anything else in knitting. I do want to learn how to crochet at some point because I do know that it's faster than knitting. But I'll let you know if I ever finish the scarf that I'm working on because I've been working on it for like over a year. But I just pick it up and do it every once in a while. Like it's one of those passive hobbies that I'll pick up like once every 6 months. I'll do it again and then I never touch that shit again. So that's that on that. What else, y'all? I'm going on a trip in a couple weeks. I plan my outfits this weekend for that. I'm excited to be with my bestie. I'm excited to be in a warmer climate. And we're doing some fun stuff. I'm excited to tell y'all afterwards. I'm so weird about sharing my plans because, like, I don't want y'all to know where I'm going to be. I don't want y'all to know that I'm not at my fucking apartment. I got real. Speaking of like things that have happened over the last 3 years, since actually last International Women's Day. So, last International Women's Day, I came down to the suburbs. And so Carly and I could do that episode together. That same weekend, because I had posted that I was in the area, cops pulled up to my hometown house to serve me that no contact order. Since then, I've been really, really careful about not posting things until after I'm back because people be watching my shit. People be not just watching my shit, but like lurking on my shit. So y'all don't get to know shit about me till afterwards now. I think a lot of that has slowed down. Like, I haven't really heard anything from my lawyer about like that lawsuit or anything. Cause like, I don't know, bro. I don't got shit to give no one. You want my fucking book collection? You want to read Half His Age? because you might actually benefit from it. You can have it if you'd like. Otherwise, I'm in debt. I don't got shit to give you. You know what I mean? So a motherfucker can sue me. I'll see if I can serve jail time instead. Maybe get a good routine in. Start going to the gym consistently. At least I won't have to go to work, you know? No, like that's really how I feel about it. Like, man. So I don't know, man. That's all I got for real. That's all I got for real. Short episode this week. I don't know if it's actually short or if it's just like regular size. I don't know. I've been doing my best. I've been feeling a lot better. I've been in my self sufficient era. No, like I'm just trying to do the things that make me happy and share them with people who make me happy. And that's it. Okay? I implore y'all to do the same fucking thing. Listen, I'm gonna bring it up one more time. You go read this fucking book. You go read it and you like it, okay? It's good. It's a good book. Like I said, I got it today. I'm halfway through that bitch. It's good. It's hard to put down. Otherwise, fucking wash your face and drink some goddamn water. That's all I got. I love y'all very much. And I hope you have a lovely freaking week.